Welcome to the Lost Mountain Saga. I'm Eleanor De Lorenzo, your game master, and before we begin, I would like to address a couple of things. First of all, this story gets dark. Even for my rugged Swedish senses, there will be themes in this story that might not sit well with everyone. This is not your run-of-the-mill IKEA meatballs podcast with some cute lingonberries. No, this podcast is for the brave souls who know that Nordic horror involves aquavit, slimy fish, and being surrounded by blonde psychopaths. Funny how that describes every Swedish party I've ever been to, but that's an aside. Second of all, this is the first episode in a 3-episode actual play podcast. An actual play means that you have a couple of nerds, like me, play a tabletop role-playing game. Actually play it, thus the name. And then they record it. That's what we did. The game we're playing is Falun by Free League Publishing, and our main focus is to tell a cool story. Outside of a couple of major plot points, nothing is scripted, so what that basically means is that anything can happen. We initially hoped that this would be a video series, but someone, aka me, decided that the video quality was not up to snuff, and we went for a podcast option. But you might hear us say, if you're watching this, now you know why. While we see these 3 initial episodes as first and foremost a proof of concept, a little tease, a pilot, if you will, hoping to get a producer to fall in love with us one day, I want you to know that I am currently writing the rest of Season 1, and we want to make it. And that's where you come in. Please spread the word. Rate and review us on iTunes and whatever else you can think of in order for this to become a hit, so that we can continue our story. I don't know, be creative, sell your firstborn, just do it. And lastly, here's your second and final warning that this might get dark. But also kind of fun, but also dark. But mostly fun, no, not really, super dark. And with that, let's begin. Ladies, how the hell do you start an adventure?
It's a great question.
I have no idea how to start this entire operation.
I was going to ask you the same thing, honestly.
Yeah, but here we are.
Well, you meet in a tavern, and we can't because this is a different game module.
Yes.
Also, hot take, I'm so over taverns.
Yes.
Taverns are so last season.
Taverns are out.
I guess I scratched the tavern part then.
Okay.
And
It's like delete.
Begins in a jail cell. Begins in a get away from my table.
well, so with that said, I am going to start from the beginning. I was born in a country called Sweden for a while ago. Not sure.
How many years?
Yeah, how many exactly to the date?
No. Okay. If a casting director asks, somewhere between playing range 18 to 28.
I would say 13.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I was
right.
You're being very generous.
Okay.
How old you look on the low end of that spectrum.
Fine.
Your players are running free.
Yes. So I was born in this city called Uppsala. Mm-hmm. And what's crazy is that some other people were born there. I don't know if actually the people who created this game was born there. I don't know anything
In
about
a
them.
city,
Sorry, but
there are other people that were born in the same place.
You weren't the only one.
What?
But so they created this cool role-playing game called Falun, and I asked the two of you, my good buddies, Sydney and Anne, to come and play with me because it's the first time I'm GMing a thing.
Which is really exciting.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be amazing, and I am very excited to jump into this thing. I am a little nervous, but we'll see what happens. But I would also
That's when you know it's about to be a wild ride.
Yeah, right. But I am gonna say this. I wanted you guys to introduce yourself, but then I was like, nobody cares about biography, so I have a question for you instead.
Oh,
Shit.
If you were an IKEA furniture, what would you be? No, that's not the question.
this is great because I was just at IKEA, and I'm like, I could make it up. We looked at a lot of pillows.
Actually, then let's hear it.
I've never been to IKEA.
What?
Okay, guys, bye. We're not doing this anymore. I can't believe I let this person into my house.
I went to it.
It's almost anti-Swedish of you. It's almost like you're like, I'll never set foot in IKEA. Fuck them.
Also, yeah, fuck fuck those
It's
guys.
like me not going to a Burger King or something. Like, oh,
How dare you say that Burger King is our IKEA as Americans? Fuck you.
The moment is 100% past, but I just want to take it back to, like, I want to meet anti-Sweden. Like, who's anti-Sweden?
Literally,
like an anti.
Isn't it everyone though? Isn't everyone like fuck Sweden because they're so peaceful and they're like? Isn't that how
Fuck
people?
those guys. They're nice to everybody. I don't trust
that's
it.
the thing. That's the thing.
yep. No, I mean that's definitely the attitude I meet when I come to this country.
No, because isn't that the joke? Like if you're not going to take a stance on something, you're like, I'm Sweden in this situation because Sweden's just kind of like,
It's
we
usually
exist.
Switzerland.
Oh, I'm thinking of Switzerland.
Yeah,
okay,
That's a little bit rough. That was a little bit rough to
maybe
hear happen.
maybe I'm anti-Sweden. Maybe I was the monster all along.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Well, enough.
Let's get to the game. Let's get to the shit.
I had 2 rules for this game. First of them were be on time. Neither of you succeeded. No, both of you actually succeeded.
Fuck off! I was here
fucking true.
early.
Second of all, okay, fine. Second rule: be hot and attractive. That's the second rule,
Check.
and you
Nailed
succeeded.
it.
Boom.
Boom.
And with that, welcome to
Let me
the
ruin your
game.
lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Let the games begin.
Let the games begin. So I want you to imagine 2 things. I want you to
closing my
imagine
eyes.
exactly
Okay.
imagination train coming in. I want to imagine that you're in the 19th century Sweden.
Impossible. I can't possibly
I've done
imagine
it. I've
that.
already done it.
Oh,
I won the game. We can win this game, right? It's winnable.
It's in the beginning of the 19th century and the industrial era. And then I want you to imagine that you're a bird.
a bird?
Yes, a bird, Sydney.
I didn't think I was going to be playing a bird.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck your characters. Fuck
Who
your
are
concept.
you?
This is gonna be a podcast about birds.
Okay, great.
Penguins.
Breaking all the rules.
No, a regular dumbass black bird. You know, like
Like a common sparrow?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not black though, unless
raven.
Sorry, a
Raven?
crow?
a crow.
Okay.
A crow.
Crows are highly intelligent, and so are ravens, just so you know.
Actually, we're gonna get to that. A peaceful, cool, highly intelligent.
Well, you said dumbass. So.
You're like a dumbass corvid.
Hey, you know what? Choose your words wisely.
Okay, fine.
Okay, a dumbass starling would be a stupid black bird.
Okay,
a
this
really
is-
smart bird. Sorry, I'm so sorry that I know my birds and I won't shut up about it.
I just want to
I'm
get to
asking
my.
you to.
I just want to get to my bird story.
Okay,
Please
go.
just imagine my
Please,
bird.
someone,
The one
okay.
I chose.
We're crows. We're crows.
Yeah.
We're crows.
Caw.
Caw, caw.
Yeah, we follow these birds as it glides over a city. A river, not very wide and quite calm, runs through the entire city. And there are these beautiful, impressive historical buildings and lush green parks mixed with the smoke from these new factory buildings. The bird continues to fly further, and we pan out, and suddenly this huge cathedral appears. With 2 spires in the front, 1 at the back. It's like Notre Dame, but cooler. And I feel bad now because
That
I
is
realized
a
that Notre Dame.
hard fucking flex.
Well, it also burned down.
Yeah, there's that. But
I'm
there
like,
was a
oh,
lot about it. That
It's
was
cooler.
questionable.
It's cooler because it's all fucked up now and burnt down. So this one looks
Exactly.
way cooler.
It used to be second, now it's first. Oh God, I'm so sorry, all Catholics who might be watching.
Also, we're not coming for France.
Exactly, we're not coming from France. Maybe we will
This is
later.
a pro Sweden and not anti other
Exactly,
other
exactly,
countries.
exactly.
There you go. There you go.
Behind it, behind this beautiful cathedral, there's a castle with round towers. And together they create a very familiar silhouette that can be seen from miles and miles away. Ladies, welcome to Uppsala.
Oops, I did it again.
I'm sure this is not the
Sala.
first time we're gonna say that.
Tagline.
Yeah, that's very good.
Vaccine. Oops, I did it again. That's not the title of the
No,
show,
it's
just to
not.
be very clear. It's not.
Oh man, it might be now though.
The tagline for the tagline. I'm so sorry. Continue. Were you trying to say something?
Yeah. Well, we continue to follow the bird. Remember the bird?
Okay,
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And-
Fucking bird.
Sydney did know this. I actually wrote it down that birds are smart.
Well, not all birds.
Not all birds. Not like the chickens I've seen.
I
but,
was like, chickens are fuckers.
yeah, exactly.
Don't
And probably
start with me.
those big birds in like on the savannah of Africa, like what's it called?
Turkey
Ibis?
vultures?
Turkey vultures?
Ostrich.
Oh,
Is that what it's called?
An ostrich?
It's called struts in Swedish, but
You're talking about the ones that have very long necks and lay
Yeah.
big eggs? An
Yeah.
ostrich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very fast, right?
they're
Yeah.
fast and dumb.
And they put their head in the sand.
And they have lashes.
They're
They
beautiful.
have lashes on their eyes.
Positives and negatives.
Yes, exactly. You
The
have
highs
to
and the
count
lows.
them. You have to count.
Yeah.
Anyway, this bird have some thoughts, and he's currently thinking about. Boom!
Jesus Christ.
He smashes into a window, dead. We will never find out what this bird thought about anything. On the other side of the window.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Ellie killed the bird 2
Yep.
seconds into the game. What the
I
fuck?
said this was not gonna be a fun ride for anyone.
God.
This side that's not currently covered in blood, feathers, and regrets from this bird
Oh my god.
sits a
Need
woman.
a second.
Okay, sure.
I need a
I'll
second.
give you guys a second.
I felt connected.
Well,
Okay.
to the
if
bird.
you're worried about this, then I'm telling
He
you.
didn't
gotta
even have
go.
a name.
Yeah.
It's better. It's better that way. It's better that way.
All right, fuck this bird.
All
What's
right,
up?
yeah. This
On
bird's
the
dead.
other,
ready.
on the other side of this window,
Yeah.
sits a woman. Coffee by her side. She's taking notes with the ferocity of a complete nerd, Anne.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it me? Oh, definitely. Thanks for the cue.
Her eyes are red from lack of sleep, so we can assume that this woman has been up all night. Anne, what does she look like?
So Astrid is a young woman of repute. So though tired, she is dressed well. She has a high-collared dress on, wears a lot of sweet blues and pinks. The garb of a young woman who is a wife, so not a woman who has just entered society, but who is tied down
Tie down.
to the patriarchy.
Yes, finally.
She has very pale, almost white-blue eyes that people find to be pretty sharp and observant and at times unsettling, but certainly striking.
Nice.
And
nice.
honey-colored hair that is in several braids, and her coiffure was carefully made.
Coiffure.
Her coiffure.
I have
Yeah.
no idea what that means, but
It's
okay.
just her hairdo. Her hairdo. Several, braids, and it's very clear she took care, maybe a manicured amount of care to look the way that she looks.
So this manicured woman, surrounded by towers of books, scriptures, and various artifacts and other weird items. And on the paper that you've been writing on, we see these several drawings of some sort of gemstone and all these notes, basically in a red Sharpie, if that existed back then. What the fuck does this mean?
Just a circle of the earth and then
Exactly.
a giant red question mark. What are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
What does it mean?
Yep. Dong, dong, dong. The church bells from the cathedral. And you're so tired from being up all night. And so this rhythmic dong, dong is not dirty and...
Sorry. I'm fine. I'm cool.
Enjoy the fucking church bells. What?
Yeah.
Get your head out of the gutter. We're in church.
We all know now.
She said dong, 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 the rhythmic fucking. Am I the crazy one? Am I the crazy one here?
I mean, I feel like you are the crazy one, but we all know what happened with Anne and church bells, if you know what I'm saying. No, anyway.
Grandma, if you're watching, nothing.
Nothing.
The answer
Anyway,
is nothing.
You fall asleep.
I'm asleep.
And we move 3 years back.
Oh.
What?
Wait.
In time?
Yes.
What?
We are
The bird's still alive. Maybe
Yeah,
not
so-
even alive yet.
Not even born yet.
not even born.
Not even a
guys.
spark in
Not
his
even born.
Father Crow's eye. Amazing. I love it. A
We
twinkle.
are
Okay.
3 years back.
Yeah.
So that was like current times.
Wow.
And now we're 3 years back. So we see this horse carriage, and it travels swiftly over a pretty flat grassland. It's early fall, so quite beautiful colors all over the place. 3 people are sitting inside this carriage, and one of them is Astrid, 3 years younger.
Yeah.
You are 18. I'm gonna say that now. You're legal, just so
Oh.
we know that for the future.
I thought I was 20.
Okay, maybe you can be 21.
Is that okay? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It's still the same. That does actually, for any vast and nerds out there, affect what stats you have. So, but 21 is still good.
Okay.
How about
the stats I
actually
have.
you're whatever 3 years? You're whatever on your character sheet now. 3 years ago, so you're 21 3 years ago. Does
sure.
that make any sense?
Yes,
That's fine.
And so
yes.
what we just saw was you at 24.
And now I will say the dress is a little bit like sharper it's instead of like that kind of more, I guess, sweet coloring of like pinks and blues, it's like that beautiful scarlet silks type of thing. Still high collared and stuff, but she looks good and she knows it.
She looks good and she knows
I
it.
love
Well,
it.
another good-looking person, perhaps, I don't know, sits next to you, and it's a man, somewhere in his 30s. Sydney, tell me what he looks like.
Top of the morning to you.
Oh no!
Swoon!
You see, he's in his, how old is he? He's in his 30s.
Thank
I
God.
know my character. Oh, ladies, calm down. Yeah, he is tall. He's like 5'11".
One of those.
One of those. Sure. What does that mean?
I don't know. I have names for tall people.
Yeah, he's about 5'11", thin but strong. So he's not like muscular per se, but he is like filled in his form. He's not lanky.
It's like a soccer player build, right?
Yeah, lean. He's leanly muscular.
So he could get it.
he could get it,
Okay.
and he does.
Oh shit!
He has a low ponytail. His hair is actually
no.
a little bit long.
Ellie,
what the fuck?
take my hand, Ellie. I can't.
What just happened?
He's
Man,
he's
this is
dressed well, but not fancy. He's wearing like nicely tailored clothes that fit well to him.
Right.
He has a pocket watch. Nothing like crazy jewelry wise, just a pocket watch, and he is humming.
Oh, there's a third person in the carriage. A round little man called Francibald
I was
Hansen.
like, we should all say it at the same time.
Francibald. Oh, should I say my name? Should I say my character's name?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes, his name is Henrik O'Doherty.
Henrik O'Doherty. I can't say it, but well.
No, that was great. That was
Really? Okay, awesome. Well, Francibald, he's this harmless, good-natured little Danish author man with white beard and a happy laugh. You know, one of those laughs that's like just air, like.
Oh, he's so cute.
And he's dressed in a really nice, like lavish purple outfit with a matching. I looked it up, a derby hat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And,
That's the one.
And he's wearing so much excessive jewelry. And you both know Francibald. He's a good friend, but recently recruited you to something he refers to as the Society. Astrid, you know a little bit more about the Society. But it's basically the secret organization for people who've been blessed or cursed with something that we call the sight. This is basically the people who've seen things, seen Vasen, which is the name of the system.
Title of show.
And I'm still confused.
Well.
She said it and I still don't know what's going on.
So do you guys talk about anything, or are you just sitting there like weirdos?
Yeah, I mean, Astrid is sort of taking in this new gentleman who she's seen about, but hasn't really had any interaction with. And she says, "So, what brings you to society life?"
Pardon?
Well, you're sighted, aren't you?
Sighted in that I can see. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand.
Oh, yeah, so Henrik does not know much about the Society. I forgot to mention that we will talk about it a little bit later, but Astrid, I told you a little bit about the Society, so why don't you guys give him the brief? And Francibald just like...
I immediately falls.
Yeah, she kind of just was like, "Well, what a sweet, incredibly decent man." So, anyways,
It's quite funny when he does that.
Yes.
Falls asleep.
he is a snorer. I worry about that for him. I just
Possibly
Yes,
a
that's
deviated
Septum.
septum or something of the like.
She says, "And how did you meet Francibald?"
Well, I'm originally from Dublin. I'm not from the area, but I knew Francibald. Well, my wife knew Francibald, but he is just a family friend, and I figured he asked me to come out to help with some sort of case. He mentioned the society, but I'm a private detective, so my specialty is casework.
Interesting. Have you ever experienced anything odd in your cases or your life? Something you saw that you didn't think others saw or might judge you for?
I'm sure, I'm sure like anyone might have experienced in their life. I've seen things in a forest late at night or heard a bump, a noise, and thought, it's a fairy tale story, a goblin, a ghoul. But... Franz, you're snoring again.
Also, you're still here, thank God.
We did think that you might have died.
Yes.
You stopped breathing for about 5 minutes.
Exactly. It's like, is it sleep apnea or whatever? It's like...
The conversation just lulls every time he stops breathing. We look over and and we're like, oh,
Thank God.
he's fine. He's fine.
Says a rosary or two, like, just fucking moves on.
Yeah, but Francis. Yes. So, well, great that you finally have met each other. Yes, we are actually on a very interesting mission. I think someone did give me a letter, and he looks into his pockets and trying to find this crumbled bullshit. And he takes it out and it's like, ugh. Right. Tries to put on his monocle, trying to read it. How about one of you, please just look it over for me? And it's basically, they've cited some things and I don't really understand it, but it happens in Falun, which has the best cinnamon buns in the entirety of Sweden. So we need to go there and have that, and we'll deal with this mission, and then I'll tell you all about the society after we're done. How about you read that out loud, Astrid or Henrik?
Of course. I'd like to see you read this. I just want to see your reaction. Just
Henrik, confused, takes the paper.
She's clearly already read it because as he was talking, she was like, okay, that's not cinnamon buns.
Mr. Hansen, it is with great concern that I write these lines. Your name was recommended to me by someone I trust, and perhaps against my better judgment, I now place my hope in your particular talents and expertise. We have reasons to believe our town, Falun, has become the target of witchcraft and devil worship.
Yep, keep going.
And will need your help urgently to find and eliminate the source for this evil. Crops have withered and died, cows have stopped producing milk, and there have been several reports of ghostly sounds during the night.
Bumps in the night.
He looks directly at Franz
Yeah.
and is like, what the fuck is this letter? Town, unfortunately, seems to have fallen under the temptation of ungodly and, dare I say, heathen behavior, which I suspect is more due to the lack of guidance by a true Christian such as me than any actual fault to their character, but it can explain their resistance to help us solve this problem once and for all. I have taken it upon myself to cleanse this town of their moral depravity and believe I shall be successful with the guidance by someone with your knowledge. We can speak more about this delicate matter in person. Reverend Bruselius.
Reverend, yes. Well, so basically we are going to Falun, which is a great town, actually.
Yeah.
Has a copper mine from the Viking Age, which I find to be very interesting for my stories.
So she listens to Franz sort of start, and then she just kind of slow pans over to you for and how was that for you, buddy?
He's doing the thing where he's like hunching over a little bit because it's his stomach hurts, but his stomach doesn't hurt. He's just confused.
The reality of the situation is causing physical pain.
In his mind, he knows Franz from back in Dublin, and they're not close, but they've had dinner, and Franz is this eccentric dude who he's. It's fun. It's fun to be around him. So he said, "Oh, come out to Sweden. I've got a couple things I want to talk to you about." And that's how he phrased it. So now I'm in this carriage with this woman who I don't know,
She's
and
a
Franz,
little weird.
and I'm reading this letter saying witchcraft. So he's looking at Franz and he's like, "Franz, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. Why did you ask me to come out here? I don't have anything to do with witchcraft. I don't deal in supernatural cases. I'm a...
Oh, my good boy. I think you do. You have the sight. Yes, you've told me. We've talked about this several times. And he looks at you.
And he looks at him.
Oh,
I look at both of them.
But no, don't worry. I just would like to at least open your eyes a little bit about the world, and perhaps you can make a good buck trying to solve these issues. They've been happening all over Scandinavia recently.
She kind of reaches forward and places a hand on your knee.
I tense up.
Like, yeah, a little too close.
I tense
like,
up.
Not in a threat, but it's like, hi, there are propriety boundaries in this time period.
Yeah,
like, maybe
yeah.
don't touch my knee. And she kind of gently places it there, and she looks at you and she says, you see, my darling dove, people like us can be incredibly useful to people like that. And she motions to the letter. And she says, our society is made up of those like myself and like Franz Bald who understand the difficulties of living in the older places of the world, where these industrial developments brush up against our Nordic heritage.
He still tense.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can.
Sure, my good boy. We will have fun. If nothing else, cinnamon buns.
And hopefully, we won't die like the other people did.
Oh, no.
past.
I would not worry about
I tense up.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like kind of
Stress
laughing, but it's like she's clear. She's saying these things laughing, but she's definitely looking at you with someone who is saying something to be affecting and over the top, and then watching how you react.
Yeah.
And Francival loves it. He's just like, oh, she's such a character. Isn't she funny?
And like Francibald is like so eccentric, so in his head he's kind of just like, great, like two very eccentric people now. Like
How am I
stuck
gonna
with
balance
them. Yeah, like,
this out? How am I gonna ride?
he's
this
like kind
one?
of a straight edge dude, so he's kind of just like, okay, like,
Yeah. All right. So eventually you reach Falun, which is these. It's a like, I think. I mean, hopefully no Swedes are watching this. I guess 2 hours away from Uppsala, and
They definitely are. They hundo P are watching
and they're
this.
going, actually,
Yeah,
it's,
exactly. And it's a relatively busy, relatively mid-sized town. You would like maybe not like a metropolis, but by your American standards, but definitely.
Savage, Jesus fucking Christ.
But but
we
you
have
get.
small towns in America,
Yeah,
like
really?
a lot of them.
Do you though?
All right,
Do you?
anyway, go on.
Anyway, and so you get out of the carriage, and there's like pedestrians hanging around. There's like these Newsies boys, extra, read all about the grand reopening of the Kiruna mine. Extra.
I take a newspaper.
All right.
Jesus.
So,
Okay.
all right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to surprise you. I just wanted one.
You have to pay, sir.
Yeah, I know. I understand how commerce.
5 gold pieces. No, I don't
What?
know.
The fuck? Here's
Actually-
2 pence.
Okay, 2 pence. We have kronor in Sweden, though.
Here's a croon. Whatever. Give.
Oh.
He doesn't say that.
American.
He goes. Pardon, boy. Could I have one?
So, sure, that's 200 kronor.
Oh, I don't know how much. Here you go. Flip them 1 coin like they do in
Yeah.
movies. Whatever that.
Whatever that is. Oh, my eye.
All right, he gives you a newspaper, and it's like this running story. It's been going on for a couple of weeks about this mine in Kiruna, which is very, very far up north in Sweden. And it's been shut down for the past 10 years due to some weird scandal, like a very weird sex scandal.
Oh.
You don't really know the details because a lot of it is just weird gossip and celebrity gossip, basically. But and now they're reopening it, and it's been this talk about it, but there's nothing really new.
Okay.
or
Just
interesting. Yeah.
reopening.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, as someone whose father is very connected to like industrial development. Is this something I've already heard about happening? And do I know anything deeper than that?
No, I mean you know you were definitely very young by the time this scandal happened, basically, and like this but it's not
probably not something I would have been exposed to.
No, yeah, and then like now like, oh, okay, cool, it's coming back, they're trying to open it again, but it's not like
best of luck.
Yeah, and they've talked about it so many times for so many weeks, so you're kind of like, okay,
sure, old new post,
exactly, new post
first.
And so you get to but then there's this inn, and outside there's some people trying to like, oh, are you staying with us at the inn? And they want to help you with your stuff. And Franzibald, like, he's very used to people taking care of him, so he's just like, yes, take everything.
So she kind of takes charge in that moment. Is like, those two in this room, those two in that room. And did you bring anything?
I just have an overnight bag. I can carry it myself.
Huh. Why not use the boys? Oh well.
Yeah. She goes,
classic Henry.
Yeah. She goes, how novel.
How novel.
He's like standing there, like he has one bag, and he's just like, oh my god, I
people.
cannot believe I'm with these people.
And so you get into this inn, and a voluptuous, gorgeous woman in her 50s with dark hair comes up to you, and Franzibald knows this woman as Dagny, the owner of the inn. And she comes forward and kisses him with a lot of saliva. I wrote that down.
Oh, God, that's
it's
so...
like,
what?
Yeah, you know,
mouthy.
Like wet it's gross.
And she, and she's like, enchanté, Franzibald. I'm so happy you came back. It's been far too long. And you brought friends, monsieur and mademoiselle.
Bonjour, madame.
Oh,
Comment ça va?
You can say oui, ça va.
Oui, ça va. Yeah, sure. I guess I come from a different part of the country. So,
I have lost my French over the years, but I have not lost my accent.
Exactly.
It's still a part of me, you know.
Yeah, but please come and sit down, my new friends, my new guests.
Mon ami.
Mon ami, sure, mon ami.
Mon chéri.
Mon chéri, oh yeah.
Voulez-vous avec moi?
All these pastries, all these baked goods mixed with French pastries, but also Swedish pastries, like cinnamon buns.
Oh,
you have
God.
all this like great stuff just showing up in front of you,
Yes.
and Franzibald starts to cry because he's like, I missed it so much, and it's called fika for those of you who want the Swedish experience. Like,
the
it's
cinnamon bun?
No, like just the thing you were doing right now. We're having fika, which is
Oh, is
coffee
that
and
why
buns.
they call the coffee shop?
Yeah.
I always called it FICA. Now I'm stupid.
Oh, dumb man. Anyway.
Stupid Anne.
And she's a little bit like talking to Franzibald, yes, how did you know Franzibald is a great author, right? He writes all of these weird things about icky monsters, and what was it you called them? Vicine? No?
Visine, yes, for the eyes. No.
Vicine?
Vasin. Yes.
Vasin, right. Just your imagination, so spectacular. So it's just such a weird thing. But yeah, and then she herself.
I take a cinnamon bun.
Oh, good. It's good for you, right? You like it.
Oh, yeah, it's quite good.
I have another one.
Okay.
And she's just like,
He
me.
takes another one. He's now holding two, and he bites into the
exactly.
second one.
There you go, boy.
Do you have any coffee or tea
Oh, of course.
to wash it down? It's just a little bit dry.
Yes. And then like coffee, everything you
Yeah.
want. It's a nice.
I wish we were having fika right now.
I know.
Well, actually, we kind of were.
We kind of
I
were.
bought them so
We
much
were,
fucking food. I bought them so much food.
I wish
and-
Ellie brought us
Yeah.
food.
Ellie only got us 24 carat.
She had a whole spread. It's actually so lovely. I was eating a bagel. Okay, anyway, yes. So Henrika chows down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, she sort of daintily eats, and her manners are very clear here. Her kind of like finishing school affectation.
Very nice. A strict-looking blonde man comes up to you.
Sorry.
There can only be two blondes in a room, and we already have that covered.
Bitch.
Blonde
Back up.
man. And he's wearing a white clergy collar, but otherwise completely dressed in black. So we can assume that
He's a vampire.
Exactly. We can assume that this
Nailed it.
guy is the first Vasin.
Boom! I shoot him.
No, he's probably the person that wrote the letter. He's
Yeah.
Probably the
Whose
Reverend
name
Is
Reverend Bruselius.
Bruselius.
Yeah, what
But yes.
you said.
A pale woman stands 6 feet behind him, looking down. Presumably his wife. If you're observant, which I don't think neither of you are.
I actually.
So that's why I said it.
Actually, I'm quite observant.
Ah,
I have +1 to observation.
yeah, that's...
I have a bunch of
means
die
you
in
get
that.
2 dice.
Yeah, wait.
No,
Oh,
it's plus my empathy, which I have
you did
several
it like
of.
that. You did it
Very
like that.
good.
I did it the other way because it's easier for my brain.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, math.
Good, we're doing
It's
great.
rough. We
Do you
haven't
want me to
even
roll?
rolled.
Do you want me to roll for observation
Yeah, exactly.
on how
Who's that woman?
on how solemn his wife is?
Exactly. How sad is this poor
Dude,
woman?
your wife looks totally fucked.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck, man? What do you do to her?
What did you do to your wife?
Yeah,
Okay.
but she, and he walks up to you. And you notice, Astrid, that he seemed to only give Francibald and Henrik
Yeah.
eye contact. He sort of does not even want to look at you.
Yeah. And she sort of like bristles at this, but like reaches into her bag and takes out a notepad.
I thought it was a pepper spray.
Yeah.
And I
And it's
make
like,
him
I
in the
fucking
face.
kill him! No.
It's exactly.
No,
Yep.
no, she's used to this behavior because this is not her first time, you
Yeah.
know, experiencing it. And so she just kind of takes out she very carefully takes out a beautiful fountain pen and her notebook and just pretends to be a secretary because that is an acceptable role for a woman to have, is to be the note taker.
And I think Henrik does notice this too.
Right.
He is not like a man's man
Yeah.
necessarily, and he notices it, but there's like nothing he can do
Yeah.
right
yeah.
now in this situation.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hansen, I presume. I see you brought companions with you. Good. I'm Reverend Bruselius.
Henrik O'Doherty.
Nice to meet you. He offers his hand to
Hi.
you. And then he nods towards you, but still like not like nodding in a weird
Yeah.
way. I hope your travels were uneventful.
It's a beautiful countryside you got here. It's different than Ireland, but the same in some ways.
Right. Oh, well, shall we get to it, or do you want to talk about something else interesting before?
She just simply
Yeah, I have a thing I want to talk about actually.
by the way,
What's the weather, right?
yeah.
So your wife,
So
Yeah,
sports fans.
Yeah. No. He's like, he gets to do that. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
you were one of.
Oh no, it's totally fine. So while he's doing this, in a performance of like, let me be the perfect woman so that I can just be here,
Yeah.
and you stop even paying attention to me.
Oh, right.
Right? She is carefully pouring tea for him, offers it to him and his wife, and then just like sits back down.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, like I said in my letter, there's been reports of spoiled crops and these weird animal attacks late at night. The women.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
you're doing such a great voice for this man, and I hate him so
Oh, yeah.
much.
Yeah.
He's the fucking worst.
I will show you a picture of him probably in the break, but I'll put it
Yeah.
up on the
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
edit. But he's based on the pastor from Fanny and Alexandria. If you haven't seen it, it's Swedish man called Jan Malmsjö who plays him, and it's like amazing, but
Yeah.
it's like amazingly creepy. The women who attends my church have been complaining about hearing things, and of course it's hard to know what's true or just exaggerations from the female mind, and he pats his wife. But we have a couple of suspects already.
Oh, sorry.
Can we have a moment here?
Yeah, I was like, sorry. It's fine. Ellie was like, I'm going to warn you that there are some things that are going to go down today.
Henrik tenses up.
Yeah.
He does-
Yeah.
When he said, Henrik kind of does like the shifting uncomfortably, like,
Yeah.
okay, this guy, like, come
You
on.
see as she's like pouring everybody tea, she like pauses and then continues.
And I
Yeah.
want to say, Henrik isn't like, he's not like a feminist, because I don't
Yeah.
even think he understands what that is at that time period,
Yeah.
but he's an academic. So for him to like hear someone just say something that's like blatantly false thing, like, oh, women's minds, they're crazy. He's kind of just like, okay,
Sure.
Yeah.
like, get on with
Sure.
your
Oh
story.
yeah. Whereas Friendsable is more like, he knows how to play the game. So
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Women are dumb.
Yeah.
That's about warn you. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it sounds
Yeah.
like a pious idiot who thinks
Yeah.
it's witchcraft, and it's probably not.
Yeah.
But for formality's sake, where did I say? Yes, we have a couple of suspects already. Unmarried women who have certainly behaved in very erratic behaviors lately, and so what I suggest we do is that we meet up in my church tomorrow, and perhaps we can run some interrogations. I mean, questions, individually, and hopefully this will be over with by Sunday before Mass. Yeah. So that's what you guys have, that they want to run an interrogation and all that. And then Briselius, if you guys don't want to ask any more questions, he's probably going to be like, all right. You notice that his wife just looks like on the verge of crying.
Yeah, I want to kind of get some sort of insight as to, like, as he's speaking, like, what her demeanor is. Like, is there anything I can roll to see, like...
Sure, for sure.
I guess it would be...
Observation.
I think it would be observation or
for sure.
inspiration.
You definitely roll observation.
Okay.
And but like I'm sure like she's very
clearly.
So I'm gonna give
we'll
you.
See. We'll see. Okay. Cool. So
Actually,
Jesus Christ.
It would be very funny if you don't get a success. It's like she seems fine.
Cool. That's 3 successes.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely something is super wrong about this girl, and it looks like she was just like. Someone please talk to me.
Yeah. She's going to kind of say in the way that I was about to be like that women do, but I feel like that women at this time period do. Like, oh no, please, we've of course ordered a fine meal. Enjoy. And she says, and perhaps I could take you to the powder room, and and we can chat. And so she'll kind of just separate her out.
Yeah, and Briselia's like, don't be too long. I hate to wait.
What a fucking cock.
I hate him.
Sorry.
So yeah, you get to you go powdering your nose, and
and Henrik observes her doing that with his keen senses. And realizes you're obviously doing that on purpose. So he is going to go to the Reverend and just say, I do actually have a question for you, Reverend.
How dare you?
But first I have to think of it, because I did walk up to you and say that first before I thought of my question. What was
great.
my question? I was right on the...
This is like, are you trying to stall me? Or
He literally was just like, I hate to wait, and you're like,
oops, I dropped my cinnamon bun. No, so he's going to go up to him and say, Sir, I just wanted to ask, when did this all start to happen, and what was going on at the church? Because I know you mentioned some women might have been acting out, but what was the... I guess what I'm trying to say is, was there a catalyst that you could think of?
I don't really...
A funeral, an upsetting...
It's been going on... I mean, I moved here about just a year ago. So it's definitely... And it's been reports that this has been going on for a while, long before I came here. But it seems to have gotten worse in the last couple of months. And I do believe it's because of the moral depravity of this entire town. Like, they have not had any spiritual leadership, as far as I know.
No gods, no masters, no rules.
Right.
I understand. One more question. So when you think that it is the women who might be acting out, are you suggesting that the women are going into the crop fields and burning and slashing crops? It seems like a lot of work for weak hands.
Oh, I do not wish to indulge in the acts of witchcraft, so I have absolutely no idea how to answer that question without feeling very, very bad about myself. I do not believe I can have that conversation at all.
Understood. Don't mean to make you uncomfortable, just trying to get to the bottom.
For sure.
I suppose tomorrow we will question the women
Yes.
that you have in mind. So thank you.
Yes. Meanwhile.
Meanwhile, in the
Cut to-
powder room.
Yeah.
Star wipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's there with you and she's looking at you just like, well,
Yeah, she sort of like gets out, goes into her purse and takes out like a little powder puff and is kind of powdering her own nose and face. Like, yeah. I'm a perfect lady. To perfection. And then she kind of noticing that, we don't know her name. Matilda. Yeah. So she.
My name is Matilda.
I'm so weak and sad because my husband is such a dick.
Yeah, Matilda.
So it's very hard to breathe sometimes. So she kind of makes light talk about the weather and the ride over and things. And then noticing that she's kind of been a little bit tearful waiting for her husband, she's doing all this and then like smiles kindly and hands her like a handkerchief to like blot her eyes.
Right.
And says, marriage is hard, isn't it?
Oh, it's a blessing.
Yes, I'm quite new to the blessing myself. You see, I was engaged last year, and she like shows her ring, and she, and just married quite recently. It's strange to be away from him, but he works very hard. Not about me at all, but.
But my marriage is fantastic.
But it's fantastic. Wouldn't you agree? No. So she...
Good detective work. You're doing great. You're really solving the case.
Way to make her feel comfortable.
Yeah. And she says, do you often accompany your husband on business like this?
Yes, I try to be a supportive wife, but it's been hard these past few months when these attacks or whatever it is.
Oh, it must be.
Yes, it's been.
Have you experienced anything yourself?
Oh, I hear these awful things in church. It sounds like a child is crying. A child is crying for someone. And she just, but I've said too much.
And she kind of like leans forward and takes her hand and says, "It's all right. I'm sure I would be nervous to share such things with my husband if I was hearing things." Like she's like, even though she hears things all the time because the site is kind of a bitch. Yeah. But yeah. So she says, we're here to help. So hopefully your troubles will be at an end soon. But
sure.
Is there someone else you could talk to?
Oh, I don't. My husband. I can talk to him, of course.
Have you told him that you've heard these things?
Yes. And as soon as we can burn whoever the witch is, then we.
She's like,
then I'm sure that these things will go away. I'm very supportive of my husband, yes, and frankly, I should probably go back.
Of course, yeah.
And she hurries out, and Brucelis is standing there, looking as if, like, these people who just give other people, the look of like, you've disappointed me.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And she knows that, and so she just covers under him, and then they. Yeah,
she
they
just
leave.
gives like a pull. She's like kind of standing in the powder room door, watching this interchange between him and his wife, and she kind of gives like a, almost like bored curtsy where she doesn't even look at him because she's just still kind of in her thoughts about. God, my husband is super boring. Yeah. But at least he's not an asshole.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're both now back at the inn, and Franzibel is sitting there, and it's like, right? I feel like I have a couple of ideas what that could have been. They did mention, and he's trying to gather like what they said, like, oh, it's reed crops and reed things. Dagny. What have you heard? Have you heard anything lately about these things that he seems to be worked up over? Because frankly, I still don't think it's a witch. That just seems so out there. It's honestly, if I would guess, this sounds like just a prank, either by the children of town. It doesn't even have to be any related to the Vasen.
That was my thought exactly. Actually, I was going to question maybe a few of the local kids and see if they've done anything.
For sure. But then
I mean, he
Dagny
does-
walks up.
Yeah.
Dagny walks up. You know, I don't think it's humans. I don't. It's like we had an attack the other day. I forgot my French accent. And
Okay, go back.
Dagny is the person.
yeah, exactly. And yes, strange things are happening. A bird attack attacked my milkman.
A
Wait,
bird, you
I'm
say?
Sorry, Dagny, did you say a bird?
A bird. Yes, a bird.
A
bird
single bird attacked your milkman.
Yes, it was my milkman. It's the delivery man of milk.
I know what a milkman
My
is.
cafe all okay.
Yeah, she says, "Oh yes, what kind of bird? Do you know?"
No. He just had all these terrible
Scratches.
scratches all over his face. It was a terrible thing to have happened to him, and he's now dead. Oh no, he's not dead. I don't know.
Jesus Christ!
He's not dead.
Escalated and de-escalated.
And then Francois is
so
like,
quickly.
all right.
All right,
Dagny, get out of here.
Dagny, you know those hysterical women we were talking about? Maybe you want to like rein it in.
Henrik, like, you know, processing logically,
Yeah.
is like, he turns to Astrid and Franzbold, and he's like, okay, well, looking at the information, I agree with Franz that it does seem like it could be a prank, but if there's animal activity, if animals are coming out of the wild and attacking people, it could be that a nest was disturbed. It could be poison. I've heard of people who use poison to keep away from cattle, and it can make the animals go a little kooky.
But what about the crops withering?
The withering, I'm not so sure of. That's where I'm a little caught up at.
So
Did Astrid, by the way, share what?
well, she's getting there.
Yeah.
She's
Astrid, how was the
she's a good-
bathroom?
Exactly.
Bathroom very clean. No.
A good
10 out of
bathroom,
10.
10 out of
10 out of 10
Yelp
on
review.
Yelp. Yeah. So she kind of lets this whole conversation happen. And then there's some sort of spark of excitement about getting to share this other part, because she's like, I'm a woman, but I found out some shit you should know. So suck it, priest.
Yep.
Like there's an aspect of that kind of boiling inside of her, but not to that extent, because it's not this time. It is a time, an era bygone, or gone by. And she says, well, I wouldn't be so sure. And she reaches and she takes her spectacles out and she puts them on and then reads over her notes that she's been like making during this whole thing, and she sets them down sort of curtly to get everybody's attention. And she says, well, what I heard from Matilda is that she's one of these women who's been hearing things. She says she's been hearing the cry of a child at church. And if I had to put one and two together, a child thematically sort of runs with crops withering. This is another form of birth, of course, not your typical form of birth. But the two could be connected in some way.
You know what? I think you might be right. You might be onto something. Isn't she a smart cookie, that one?
Sorry, I don't mean to question you. You seem like a very intelligent woman.
All right, Scully.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I be Mulder?
No, he's the one who believes in everything, and she's
Oh,
the
and
one
she's the one. You're
and
right.
she's the
you're
one
right.
who literally see ghosts and aliens in every episode.
And
it's
every
like,
episode, she's like,
no.
Mulder, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I'm being such a Scully right now.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a Scully, but what is your connection between a child crying in a church building and a crop withering?
Yes, no, that does seem. I think we need to head up to the local library, because I do happen to have access to the restricted section.
I do like a good book.
I was like, but do we have an invisibility cloak? Because I don't think we can get there without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Henrik's on board, and he's kind of like, you know, maybe we could look around as we go to the library and scope
Right,
out the
for sure.
inhabitants.
And then we maybe should also try some of the other local cafes. I don't know.
All right, we do a little cafe. We do a pub crawl, but a cafe crawl.
We need to have time for our fika every day at 4 p.m.
Okay.
But
I'm into this.
I'm into this
Yeah?
too.
Yeah.
Fine with
I'm
it.
gonna move to Sweden.
I'll let it happen.
And he but it's getting late though, so And
we should
so,
try to gather as much information as we can so that we can keep that in mind as we question the women tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, so early tomorrow morning, I do think we should hit up the library, and then we'll make a plan tomorrow at breakfast. He says.
Oh no, a friend Sabolt's gonna fall asleep standing
Oh,
up.
God,
There you go.
Falls back.
God, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
And then like 4 little helpers from Dagny is just carrying on.
The boys.
No, yeah, the boys.
The boys
the
are
boys are
back.
coming
Yeah,
up. The boys are back.
They hold out their
boys
hand
are
for
back
the-
in town.
It's perfect. And you guys have each a separate room.
Yeah.
And so you guys settle in. You maybe have some dinner later.
Yeah. She definitely like knocks on your door
Uh-oh.
after you're all settled, and
Uh-oh.
she kind of like she's like, "Let's fuck." No, I'm kidding. She's not.
He tenses up.
No, she kind of like stops by as you're like unpacking, and she's standing there with like a hat box because she overpacked because it just seems accurate to this character that is happening. And she says, I think you're about to have several of your deeply held beliefs questioned.
One. Good evening, Astrid. I am in my nightgown. I'm in my nighties. I don't know what they call them. I'm in my long johns. He says, I've already had a few things questioned in my day so far. Not to say that anything's surprising, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions as the pastor did and call people witches and claim it to be a supernatural thing. So tomorrow, I just want to say, again, you seem like a very intelligent woman, and
Please don't prove me wrong.
I don't want to upset you, but I am going to do as much research as I can and not jump to conclusions.
She says, she kind of nods, and she says, good. I mean, that's
Why we're here.
why you're here.
Ah.
If they just wanted another person with my background, then you wouldn't be.
Sorry, what's your background? I thought you were a writer.
I'm a student of the old world, in a manner of speaking. But I think us together, it's a good balance. And I just wanted you to know that while I don't think we're going to view this through the same lens, I don't think it would be good if we did. So before we fall into a well-fated argument tomorrow, I just wanted to say, best of luck.
Oh, I love it.
Henrik likes this. Because Henrik is an academic, and like he loves the competitive nature of like the academic world. So like you being a student, like he could give fuck all what you're studying. It's cool that a woman, in this time period too, is like, no, I know shit.
Yeah.
So he reaches out his hand kind of jokingly, and
Takes it.
gives a shake, and he goes, "Good night, Astrid."
Good night. And then she like her little
Hat box in
petticoats,
hand.
yeah, hat box in hand, little petticoat twirl,
love
and then
it.
get down the hall.
And he watches her go a
Yeah.
bit, and he's just like, "Oh God, this is gonna be a crazy day
this
tomorrow."
this is not great.
Closes his door.
All right, so so you guys go to bed, and
Who's Anne?
Sorry, Astrid. You fucking pig.
Sick of this shit.
Session 1, and I murdered
Session
him.
1.
Astrid, you toss and turn,
And you die in your sleep.
Exactly, you die in your sleep, and let's bring out your backup character. So you toss and turn, slightly restless, but eventually you are able to fall asleep. But Anne, there's something standing in the corner of your bedroom, watching you.
Anne or Astrid? I just
Well,
need
you're
to know.
asleep.
Astrid.
Asleep.
Astrid is asleep.
Wait, but Anne?
You know, us in the audience, we see something standing
Oh.
watching you in the corner.
I simply wake up.
Exactly.
I'll simply wake my character up.
Exactly.
Girl, wake up! Something's happening! I feel like that
Okay,
when
wait,
I'm watching
hold on.
movies all the time.
Question: is it me?
No.
Am I in the corner?
Oh,
no.
shit.
Am I in my room? Am I asleep? Am I tossing and turning?
There's a dark creature, a silhouette of a dark creature, currently standing in the corner of Astrid's bedroom, watching Anne. And that's the end
No!
of episode
No,
1.
that's horrible. That's
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh my god.